This is just a whole Rams hootenanny right now.
It's so exciting.
Now-
It's so exciting. We're in Los Angeles. I'm a Los Angeles native. I grew up here. I was born in Culver City and then lived in the South Bay, then moved to Big Bear and then back to the South Bay at 16. And I've been here ever since, except for when I went to New York for SNL. And I've loved football my whole life and always wanted a team. You know, I was more into the Raiders when it was Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson, that was a great team. That was exciting. But at 18 or 19, I said, the first team we get back, I'm all in on. And it looked like it was going to be the Jaguars for a while there, for a couple seasons. It was going to be the Jaguars. And I was like, okay, that'll be great.
Right.
I love that. I love the Jaguars. Okay. Teal and gold.
Yeah.
Those are cool colors.
Right.
And when it ended up being the Rams, it felt right and it was exciting. And now we have the Carson City Chargers as well. So
The Carson City Chargers, the triple C. I love it.
C cubed.
C cubed.
C cubed.
So now I'm sure there are some fans sitting out there at home watching this or listening to us right now. Taran saying, so you didn't travel to St. Louis? You didn't?
No, yeah.
So you got to skip that whole thing, including the greatest show on turf. You didn't.
I know.
Okay, so that's good. I mean, that's at least legit. Like if you didn't hop on the bandwagon when Warner and Falk were doing it.
I love his story. I love that he was bagging groceries and then became a Super Bowl champ. I love it, and I've been an NFL fan my whole adult life from my teens, and fantasy is what really sort of plunged me into the depths of it.
Okay.
But it didn't feel right claiming a team not from my hometown, not from my turf. And LA has a reputation of fair weather. We also, I think the biggest challenge of being a sports fan in Los Angeles is half of the population are from other cities, come from our transplants.
Right.
So, that very first preseason against the Cowboys where they broke attendance records at the Coliseum and almost filled up a stadium that can hold 100,000, it was, I'm being polite to my team if I say 70% Cowboys fans,
Right.
you know what I mean, and 30% Rams fans. It's just a very exciting opportunity for me because football, just like sort of in a nostalgic way for me, it's very much my Citizen Kane Rosebud. Growing up, football games, Super Bowl, Sunday parties, chips and dip, family together, grown-ups watching the game, kids running around in the living room. It's this really great sort of warm nostalgia about community, about tribe. That's what I'm most excited about with this team is if you watch any of the post-game locker room stuff, you see Marcus Peters with like tears in his eyes. This guy who has a reputation of like not being a team player, of having a huge ego, having an attitude in the locker room, saying you've welcomed me, you made me feel like I'm part of a family, I'm proud to be a Ram with like tears, and you go, well, that's how they're going to get to the Super Bowl. That you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have cohesion, then and I think that's what McVay. I think that's his gift is cohesion, is inspiring. The we before me.
Nobody's ever, Chris, you've been here every single day. We're celebrating our 4th year next month, a 4-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Has anybody ever drawn a line from Citizen Kane to Marcus Peters before? Has anybody done that?
No.
Is that the first time?
Just running back through the the catalog.
Has anybody ever come here and made a Rosebud reference wearing a girly hungry, self-made T-shirt? Has that ever happened?
Gotta be.
I think this is the first. Yeah, I think this is the first.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.